Hello all. So yesterday we have seen how to insert the record into a table. Okay. Today we will go and learn some new topics. Uh, First, let me go to open my MySQL command line. So how to open? Simple. So enter your password. Okay. It is opening successfully. Now, so clear all these things. So it ends with semicolon. Okay. System CLS. Okay. Now, so show databases, right? We need to show databases. How to show it? How to see databases? We need to use the command called show databases. So what is the database we are using? So sample. So now use sample database. So we are entering into the sample databases. Now show tables, right? Show tables. So we have two tables within this. So within this, we have two tables. So select star from student. So to see the data inside the table. So we have one record is there. So let me enter one more record. So how to enter one more record? Simple. You don't have to change anything. So simple, you have to just this insert into student values. So to this time, let me say Suresh and his GPA is let me say 9.8 and 9.8 and 90. So he is some triple E. So some triple E candidate, right? So this is how we are inserting the record into a table. Yes or no? So now one record is entered. So one record is affected. So let me check it. So this time we have two recorded. Okay. So this is one way of inserting the record. Okay. Inserting the data. And if you want to, so there is one more way we have, you can also multiple values, add multiple values. How to do that? So simple, very simple. So let me say 3, this is so Mahesh, okay, Mahesh and some male 7.5 and 90 ECE, and so here let me copy this, separated by comma, you can add one more. So 4, this is not 4. So this name this time Sirisha. So then yeah, here and 9.0 and 21. So CEC. Let me say CEC. Okay. So we have two records. We are going to triple. So if you want to insert the record, see, if you insert the table, see, two rows affected. This time, two rows is affected. So this way is insert the record, multiple records. Okay. Let me see is the records are there or not. Yeah, successfully there. So those records are added. Okay. Now, okay. So again, we have third way to insert the data. Third way to insert the data. Insert into student, and after student immediately you need to mention the column names. What are the column names you have? So we have column names, right? These column names. So whenever you creating the column names, you just mention the column names. So so first you know to write insert command, right? So insert into your table name, mention your columns, not these data types. Just mention your columns. Okay, let me remove this. So అవసరం లేదు and float and so okay, and try to insert the fifth record. Now this time we are going to insert fifth records. Where use. So fifth record, let me say fifth record is from, so 1 5 and okay, and let me keep this, no problem. Okay, so insert into student. So let me insert it. See, one row is affected. So let me show this. See, Ravi is inserted. But actually, so there is a problem within this way. So my order, so my table order is student ID, student name, student gender, student GPA, and student age, student branch. Right? At the time of instruction, so at the time of insertion, I change some column names here. So this is 6. So this is okay, Rama and F. So and M. So this is 5.2, 5.2, 21 ESC. Okay. Now at the time of insertion, student ID, student name, student gender will be say we replace with student here. Okay. We are changing the order of the columns. But what is the order in our table? Student ID, student name, student gender, student GPA, student age, student branch. Now I am just changing the one column of order. What happens? So what happens? So this may are getting error. See, data truncated or column SDPA is, so if you mention the column names, it should be a instruction. Otherwise, it won't access. So this is the way. There is a problem. There is a small problem. So the better to go this way. Okay, or else this way also. But you need to proper. You have to mention your column. So far we learn how to create a database, how to create a table, how to insert a data into a table. Right? Now we will go for new concept. So that is very important topic. That is constraints. So constraints in SQL. So constraint in SQL. So these are nothing but rules while creating the table. Creating the table. So by using these constraints, we can make sure the relationship and uniqueness uniqueness of the table. Okay, uniqueness of the table. So while you creating your table, you need to apply some constructors based on your requirements. So if you apply the constructors on your table, so that is maintain uniqueness of the table in the table database. So there are there are six constraints are there. Constraints are there in SQL. What are those? So what are those? SQL. First one, primary key. These are very, very important. Primary key. Second one, not null. Third one, check. Fourth one, default. Unique queue. Fifth one, and sixth one is some gap between these two. So foreign key. Foreign key. Foreign key. Okay. So we will see these constraints while creating the table. Okay, tables. So first, let me drop my table. Drop is, see, you want to drop the table. So your table name. So there is a command call to drop your table. So it is not visible in after dropping. So dropping means nothing but delete. Drop table and table name here. Student ends with semicolon. See, so drop table student. So if you see here, show tables, your student table is not there because we are dropping it. Just now we dropped it. Okay. So this is deleted, permanently deleted. So let me go back to this. So we will discuss first primary key. What is primary key? So this is very, very important. So what is primary key? So this is the key we can easily identified unique key from the table. So this is unique key is not the same. Both are different. Okay. When you mentioned any column as primary key, So primary key, it does not allow duplicates records. Okay, on that column. If you add any column in the table, it does not return, it does not allow to add duplicates value. So it is the key we can identify. Okay, identify, identified uniqueness, unique key from the table, identified table, and so when you mention, so when you maintain any column and as a primary key, it doesn't doesn't allow duplicate records. Duplicate record on table. Okay. So we'll see how to create a table, how to create a table with using primary key. Okay, we'll see that on the column, not in table, column. Okay, so it doesn't accept null values, null values, null values. That's it. Okay, next. So let me build a syntax for this. Create table and here table name, okay, table name. So ID int integer, just to make this is a primary key, primary primary key, primary key, and name varchar length, give length, you can give some length whenever you declare varchar h int. So this is how you can, you need to create a primary key constraint in table. So that is syntax. So let me go back to my CMD here, command line. Here, let me create a student table here. So right now there is no student table, right? Just we dropped it, right? So let me create a student table. So here, let me say system, where is system? Okay. So here, let me create table student. So ID int. So primary key, let me define. So ID I am declaring as primary key and name. So name varchar I am defining 20 and separated comma h int. So int with semicolon. Okay. Create a table student ID int primary. So there is a syntax. What happens? You have an entry syntax of check manual. Okay. So there is a problem. Create. So create. Okay. Table. So whenever you writing your queries, you need to just verify that primary key and name and the spellings. Okay, 20 and age int. Ly. Okay. Oh, this time there is no space between these two. I'm not giving space. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So create a table student ID int primary key name varchar and age int. Okay. So rows are affected. So how to check your primary key is there or not in a table? So very simple. DESE we have, right? Student description. See, PRI. In key column, we have a PRI. So PRI is nothing but a primary key. So, okay, against the ID column, ID row. Okay. So PRI is a nothing but primary key. See, null column it is showing no. That means it does not accept null values. See, it accept name and age null values. And ID column, it does not accept. When you declare the ID column in the primary key, does not accept null values. Okay, understood? So this is how we can create primary key. Okay. And there is a, see, in a table, every table have only one primary key only. Okay. Only one primary key. Multiple primary keys are not allowed. Okay. Okay. Now let me insert a data into this table. So how to insert a data into a table? Already we have seen. So insert into student. So values. So 1 and there is Kumar and separated. So 21 and comma here and again 2. So Kishore and 20. So I added 2 records. Okay. I added 2 records. Now let me try to add new record. So let me add new record. So the ID is same. I am keeping. Okay. And name should I change? Okay, some name. Suresh. And this is 20. No, to change. Okay, just let me enter. See, duplicate entry. So duplicate entry. So already we have ID number 2 is there, right? That's why. So we are using ID as a primary key, right? That's why it is not allowing a duplicates. So select star from student. So Kumar and Kishore, ID1, ID2. So primary keys does not accept duplicates value. If you try to enter the null values also. See, if I give ID as a null value, null. Okay, let me give null. What happens? We'll see. See, see. Once you declare any column with a primary key, you provide a values for that key. If you are not providing, that key is not accepting that values and duplicates and null values. Primary key. Understood? This is how we can create primary key in a table. This is about the primary key. I'm going to next constraint, not null. Okay, not null. Okay, so this is the constraint. This is the constraint. Constraint that does not doesn't allow null values null in your column. Okay, so this is the constraint. So based on the definition of primary key, so what happens if you are applying primary key on the name column? So can we apply the primary key on the name column? So there are chances of names and same names, right? Many people's. So primary key does not allow duplicates. So for example, my name is Suresh and your name is also Suresh. At the time, it does not allow to enter the value, but ID is unique. So name is generic. Anyone has some names. So that is the reason we cannot assign the primary key to a name column. Okay, name column. So not null. So not null. This is the constraint, not null. So it is not accepting null values in the column. So how to create how to use this constraint while creating your table? Very simple. So let me dropping the table one more time here. So drop table student. Okay. I just clear this all. Okay. Oh, now let me create a table again. So how to create? Simple. So let me take create table name, and this is common things. So column 1, data type, and column 2 data type is the syntax. So I want to assign not null column, not null constraint in second column. Now you can assign here not null. This column is not null. Okay. So now create table student. So, and this time, so ID is a primary key, int primary key, and name varchar 20, and here you can define first varchar length, then not null here, not null, null. So that's it. No need to add one more column. So see, so table is created successfully. Now we can check the description of table. So how to check? DESE student. So see here. So we have columns 2 into varchar null no no. So here primary key. See, in null column it is showing no because it does not allow nulls. That means it does not allow. So I try to insert the data. So how to insert the data? Simple. Insert command int into student. So values. So let me insert one record. One, and this is David. So David by. So now, so first I insert the record one, and let me insert the one more record. Okay. So this time, so I am giving two, and here I am giving null, name as a null. We'll see what happens. See, column name can't be null, not be null. So this name column should have not null constraint. So that's why it is not accepting. Okay. If you give, see, if you give the value, it is accepting. It is accepting. So it is accepting. But it accepts. But if you're not giving any value to that particular name column, it throws some error because we are giving that column as a not null constraint. So not null constraint does not accept null values. Okay. That is the purpose we are using for that not null constraint. Okay. So primary key is a key. In a table, only one key is there, and primary key is not accepting null values. Again, it provides uniqueness. So duplicates values ni accept cheyadu. So we have a, so second column లో కూడా మనకి null values ని accept చేయకూడదు అంటే we are going for this not null constraint. Then it is not accepting the null values. So must and should we need to employee name, right? That's why we need to use this one. Okay. 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 And see, if you see this, You see this. So if you see this, see, let me add three record. Within three record, the name I should mention null within single quote. See, whenever you declare a single quote, that is a varchar content in MySQL. Okay, na? So you don't declare anything in single. If it is a value, you should declare, or else just declare like a null value like this without the single quotes. You need to define. See, then only the system can understand this is a null. Okay. So moving to next constraint. What is the constraint we have? Check. So check. So this constraint is used to limit the value range. The value range that can be placed in a column. We declare a column as a check constraint. The value is in entered with in the constraint. So this constraint is used to limit the value range and that can be placed in a column. So if you declare any column, if you declare any column as a check constraint, okay, that value is inserted with in the constraint within the given constraint value within the given constraint value inserted within the given constraint value. So I'll show one example here. So let me again drop my student table. So table student. So let me again create the student table. So I want to add this check constraint. Okay. So I drop the table, right? So I am creating the student table again. I want to show assign the check the state like age column. Okay. We'll check the age limit we'll check. Okay. By using the check command. So how to create table and student, and here, okay, id int and name varchar and age int. So here we are using check constraint age greater than 18. This is my condition here. So while inserting, if you provide the value below age, it won't accept. So it will accept the enter into the database only when your student age is greater than 18. Okay. So let me take this statement. So where can let me define a length 20. Now I simply take this. Okay. So age int check. Okay. Why this is happening? Okay. Got it. So here you can place this as a this condition. You want to place as a within the braces. See, create a table student ID int name varchar age int check age greater than 18. So check constraint. So this is the constraint. So I am giving the check constraint in the age column condition. Okay, my condition. So we'll see what happens when you try to enter the data. Insert into student values. So ID 1 and Kumar and 19. So, okay, insert into, oh, sorry, insert into, so values, I forgot values. Okay, so one row is affected. So let me, system. So one row is affected, right? So let me check it. So one row is affected. And let me give second record as a second record. Suresh, okay. Then, so age should 17. Let me say age should 17. See, check constraint student check one is violated. So it is checking. Understood? So now and also if you want to the check constraint, if you want to use the salary column in employee, see we have again some tables, right? Tables. Okay, EMP table is there. Then select star from EMP. So empty set, right? So empty set. So we can say, so let me insert from done. Insert into insert into so EMP table, right? EMP table and values should one. So EMP name, some name you can say like hash and so salary. So we have a salary rate 20,000 and EMP joining date. So 24/05 or else 2025 08 and 31. Correct data. Okay. 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 So this is in single quote. Huh? Why this is? So let me. Okay. System. Okay. Okay. So that is how we can use the constraint, check constraint. Very simple. So select star from from student. Okay, Kumar. So it will check every time your age is greater than 18 or not. Okay. So if it is greater than 18 only, it will accept, or else it can't accept. Okay. And next. So okay. T S C. Okay. Okay. This is float. Okay. Okay. So here, see, there is no any of constant, right? That's why in this column null. Yes, yes, yes. It accepting null values as well. Okay. So for example, you insert the data, so data and so okay. I forgot to give the single quotes. That's why there is a problem within this EMP table. So now insert a record is successfully. So now EMP. So this is right. So here we can give a constraints like your salary table. Okay, that is also possible. We can give the salary should be less than or greater than. We can get. Okay, can give the condition. So you need to check the employee salary conditions. So what is the condition? Employee salary should be so greater than 20,000. Okay, you can check it that also by using this condition. Okay, next constraint. Okay, so next constraint, default constraint. Okay, so default. So this is used to this is used to set default values. Default values values to the column. Default value, the default value, all value will be added to new record, new record, new records, new records. If there is no value is specified to that record. Okay. So again, let me drop into student table again. Okay. So here you could say like this. So now creating drop, let me drop student table, sorry, drop table student. Okay. Great. So now let me create. So how to create? Okay. So create table student and id int name varchar 20 length and age int and branch column we have. So varchar. So this is 10. So this branch column, let me define as a default CSE branch. Okay, default CSE branch. CSE branch. Whenever a student and decide to select the branch, by defaultly it will take this CSE branch. Okay, that's why that is the logic of these default constraints here. Okay. Okay. So let me check this. Let me check this. Oh, create. I forgot. Create it. Okay. So so, create. So, create. So create a table student ID. So query is okay. Now let me check how to check DSA student. See. So again the default value CSE it is showing in branch column. Okay. Understood? So this is how we need to create default. So create a table, the name. So which column you want to take a default constraint, you can assign that column to a default. Okay. So after mentioning your data type, you just mention default CSC, or if you want any another, you can mention it. Okay. Next. So how to insert? So see, if this is a student table, we are taken branch as a default one, or else if it is any other table, for example, location. So you can take a location as a default thing, Hyderabad, like that. You can take it. Okay. Now insert a record. Insert into student. Insert into student. So here, let me mention my column names as well. Name, age, branch, and values. This is 1. So mark and 21. So 3B. So he mentioned it. So one row is affected. And then so then so let me insert one more record. Okay. So without default one, we need to accept, right? So then you don't need to mention this branch column. Now it automatically taking. Okay, that's why I'm not mentioning anything here. So only as of now, two, uh, three columns I'm specifying in this query. Okay, this is 22. So query is accepted. Now we'll check the query from student. See, oh, oh, Kumar only. Okay, two Kumars are there. So the in first Kumar, there is a triple branch, and automatically we are not specifying the two ID CSE. See, okay. Or else let me insert one more record. No need. So this is three record. So X, Y, Z. Dot one here also not mentioned. So simple CSE is taking now. See, that is a default value. Okay. So even though I have four columns, I pass only three values from the column. So the fourth value will take default value. Okay. That is the default constraint. This is how default constraint will work. Okay. Next, I am going for another one. So unique. So this constraint, this constraint helps to maintain uniqueness, uniqueness of your column in the table, and it does not allow duplicates duplicates rows. Okay, it does not allow duplicate rows, but it allows null values. It allows nulls. Okay, it allows nulls. So the frequently whenever you go in interviews, there is a question here. So what is the primary key and what is the unique key? Difference between these two. So primary key does not accept duplicates and nulls, but unique key does not accept duplicates, but it accept nulls. Okay, it allows nulls. Okay, so how to declare that column as a unique key? So again, I'm dropping the table here. So drop table. Okay, got it. Let me clear all this. So create table. Okay, create table student and ID int and name varchar HR. So 20 age int phone varchar and 10. So this is a unique. I want to mention this is a unique, yes, not unique key. Okay. So I am adding one more, 4 or contact. 4. 4 or contact. 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 4 So let me say contact. This is a contact. So I make this as a contact column as a unique. Okay. So table is created successfully. How to check it? DSA student description, that is. So see, null is accept here, key, unique. Okay. UNI. So unique key contact column. So we'll see how this unique key will work. Okay. Insert into insert into table, sorry, insert into student values here, ABC 22 and so this is okay. I am giving some, okay. On row is affected. So one record is select star from student. Okay. So next, and let me insert one more record, the same number, but I'm changing these names and all. XYZ. This is 25. The same number I am keeping here. So what happens? See, duplicate entry for key student dot. So duplicate values. It is throwing some error. So now I am remove this number. So and null value, entering null value. See, accepting. Check the value. See, and I am trying to insert the odd record. So it accepts. So let me. So this is some. So here again I'm giving null value. So accept. So it accepting multiple null values, but not accepting duplicates. Okay. So duplicates accept చేయదు, but null values ని accept చేస్తుంది. That is the unique queue key. Next. So the last one, foreign key. So the last one, foreign key. So foreign key. What is foreign key? Okay. How to create foreign key in a table? So very simple that also. Foreign key is a key. This constraint helps to build the relationship between two tables. Okay, two tables. A foreign key, a foreign key, a column in one table should be the primary key in another table or column. See, let me say, okay, I want to create a two table first. Okay, First one is a student table. Student table. And second one is a course. Okay, course. So here columns ఏమేమి ఉంటాయి? So there is a ID and a name and age, and here course ID we have. Okay, ID, name, age, and course ID. So here I want to make this course ID as a foreign key. Okay, in this table I have two columns here: course ID and course name. So this is course ID is a foreign key in the student table. Here the same course ID in course table is a primary key. So it builds relation between two tables. So here you need to write a syntax. Before that, we need to create a first course table. So first we need to create a course table. So create table course and see ID int primary key and see name varchar. I'm giving 10. So ends with semicolon. So first create a course table. Let me drop student table as first. We are dropping success now. Okay, now. So now check the description. So see the description. So primary key is a int. C name is so right now. So I just dropped the student table, right? So let me create table student, and here ID int as a primary key, primary key, and name varchar HR and 20, and age int, and C as ID and foreign key. This is foreign key, right? Key. So this has a foreign key, and we have to specify data type also int. And which references? This foreign key reference refer. So reference is which table? Course table. You need to mention the course table column. Yes. Okay. So references. So this is refers to the course ID. So to build the relation. Okay. So now let me run this, execute this. So here references, so ref cs references. So now let me take this overall thing. Okay. So before I'm executing my, I just want us to check my syntax. Course. Okay. PID. Let me say, yeah, one row is affected successfully. Now we'll DSC student. See, MUL. So the MUL is nothing but foreign key. Okay. And C is underscore foreign key. So now try to insert the data. Okay. Now we build a relation between these two tables. So the student ID is a for primary key here, PRI, and the CID is MUL. Okay. Now, how to insert the data within this? Very simple. Okay. So, how to insert the data into these tables? So, first, let me insert the data into a course table. So, how to insert? Insert into, so specify your table name, values. So, I have 101 and course name. Let me say any of course name. So course name ME and let me say so 102 S E and let me enter one more 103 and this is ECE. So let me keep this here, go here and enter. Okay. So three rows are affected. Now, if you see here, okay. So let me clear all these things first. So select star from course. So now I have this data. Now I need to insert the data, right? To here to student table. So now insert into what is the column of your table? So ID. So ID and name, mention name and age and C ID and values. So value should one. So employee ID one, sorry, student ID one and student name ABCD. So next age is 21 and you can assign 101 MEC. Okay. And again same. So let me say some more person like so two and this name is Kumar and Faith. Okay. So this is 20 age and I am assigning ECE 103. So now let me go and check it. Two rows are affected. Okay. So now let me see the course table and start from code. Okay, sorry. Okay, fourth table and select star from student. Okay. So now this is going to assign this person, this particular ABCD student is assigned to this MEC, and this person Kumar is assigned to this ECE. So this is how we can build a relation between two tables. Okay. So you need to understand the logic here. Okay. So we build a relation. So that's it. So that's it, guys, today. Okay. Bye bye.